Good evening, Donald from D&D Defense, back with another video. Today's video is going to touch on some videos that I've made in the past, but without explanation, kind of just demonstrating the physical elements of it. So what I'm going to show is I'm going to use this ring, and it's going to help with footwork, but maintaining my footwork within this ring while also working head movement and strikes. I don't want to say simultaneously, but within the same drill. And so instead of belaboring it with explanations, I'm just going to show you, and I'll try and explain after I've demonstrated, in order for it to maybe be more clear. Some people tend to be visual learners, but some are auditory learners, which is why I try and incorporate both elements. So that being said, I have this ring here. I set it on the ground, and so when I do this drill, I stick my foot, me being right-handed, my lead foot would be my left foot. This doesn't mean that you can't do it southpaw, neither. It doesn't really matter. What's important is the footwork remains consistent regardless of what stance you're taking. Okay, so since I'm orthodox, always remaining on the balls of your feet. The reason why that is important, because it allows for more mobility. As you can see, my leg has a lot more mobility and has more of an ability to rotate, whether I want to lift to throw a kick, whether a snap kick, a round kick, whatever it may be, or if I just want to move. So in the case of this drill, it's going to allow me to move. If my foot is planted, that grounds me, and so when I'm grounded, it's a lot harder for me to move. It's just my upper torso that's moving, and my legs are locked in place. And so A, that's how injuries happen, but B, it prevents mobility. And in the case of self-defense, when you're trying to defend against punches, or even kicks for that matter, lifting up my leg to block a kick, it's a lot easier if I'm already on the ball of my foot as opposed to a flat foot. So that being said, on the ball, the first drill will look like this. You'll do a jab, cross, hook. And as you notice, I'm transitioning from one ball of my foot to the other. When you're doing this, you traditionally want to be on the balls of your feet throughout, but because I'm slowing this down, one of my feet have to plant momentarily. It won't stay there, but in the interest of the drill, it will have to plant. So when I first throw this jab, I'm rotating that foot because it allows for my hip to turn and build more momentum into that jab. So if you picture a jab and then a person coming into it because they're coming forward, I have their forward momentum while I have this torque of my jab going into their chin or into their nose. So jab, and then as I turn over for the cross, that foot plants, this rear leg comes up on the ball, hand comes back, the hand that was jabbing comes back to my chin as I release that cross, turning over my fist, trying to hit with the two knuckles. Then I bring back, that foot plants again as I raise the ball of this foot and hook. Nice straight line. The best way I can think of it, or the way that I was taught, is think of like you're just slapping the shit out of someone, like boom, and you're hitting them. Now, obviously, different ranges are going to determine how your hooks are going to look. In this case, this is kind of a medium range hook, so I'm going to hook, boom. Once I've done that, because the way the hook orientates my body, I now want to slip this direction. So when he tries to follow up, say he blocked that hook or whatever, he follows up with a right hand, I slip, it comes past me, I come back, still on the ball of my foot, and then move so that I can get to the side. Boom, boom, boom. Slip, then pivot. Boom, boom, boom. Slip, pivot. Slip, pivot. Those slips don't have to be really deep. You don't have to go way over here. That is enough in order to slip a punch and have it go offline. You don't want to slip too far, because then you take your balance off as well. So slip just enough, move, and then follow up with strikes. The second pattern is going to be very similar, except for I'm not going to be adding in a hook. I'm just going to be doing it off a cross, or jab cross. So jab, cross, and I slip the other direction, okay? And notice how the balls of my feet are allowing for these motions to happen. That punch comes here, I then move, boom, jab, cross. When I'm throwing my punches, yes, my feet are changing from flat to the ball of my foot. So my lead, once I throw my lead hand, that's the ball of the foot that's up. When I throw that cross, that goes to a flat foot, and my rear one is on the ball. Because I'm trying to draw the most force from that area of my body so I can get the most torque. Off that cross, I slip as I come back, and then move. Jab, cross, slip, move. Jab, cross, slip, move. And as you're moving, you'll notice that being on the balls of your feet are important, because if I'm flat-footed, my foot is going to stay stuck there. When I'm on the ball of my foot, it allows for a good spinning motion while still staying in an athletic stance and allowing myself to be mobile and be prepared for strikes to come back at me, while also allowing me to throw strikes as well. Okay, so that's a drill that one can do on their own and is super efficient. It's certainly helped me when I've sparred with people, as this is more than just a punching drill. It's a footwork drill, and you know, a discipline drill with your feet and how you're on the balls of your feet, because essentially that's going to help generate the power. Because when you're on the balls of your feet, it allows to get that torque in the hips, which is where all the power comes from. No matter what martial art you engage in, it's all in the core and all in the hips. If you do not get your hips activated, you will not generate the force that will be needed to execute whatever you're trying to execute. So keep that in mind. So as it pertains to striking, being on the balls of your feet, particularly when you're ready to throw those blows. yes, at times you're gonna be flat-footed, but you don't want to get caught flat-footed, because if you do, it's gonna be a bad situation for you, especially if the person knows what they're doing. So that being said, just a little drill that I like to do to work not only my footwork, but also defensive head movement, while simultaneously adding in some basic striking combos that you can utilize in combination with defensive head movement and footwork. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, leave a comment below if you want any additional content such as this. And if you are looking for any self-defense instruction and you're in the Hartford area, I operate a non-brick and mortar self-defense company, D&D Defense, where I offer several different options that will help people with their self-defense needs, ranging from pistol permit classes to private pistol classes, as well as private martial arts lessons, as well as intermediate, beginner, and hybrid programs, which incorporate firearms and combatives or hand-to-hand. And then I also offer personal safety assessment plans, which essentially is you go in, you answer a questionnaire, and then once the questionnaire is completed, you'll submit it. Those answers will then be sent to me, and I will formulate a safety plan for you that you can implement on your implement or put into action based on your specific circumstances, which is why you have to answer the questions. Basic plan is 15, premium 25. And I also am offering private lessons with specific martial arts as well, not just like all encompassing. So if you do contact me for martial arts lessons, make sure that you specify what specific martial art, or if you want a combination, I can also do that. That being said, I believe that is it, and that concludes this video. You can find all my trainings at dnddefense.com. My contact information is on the website. You can also contact me via email, which I don't believe is on the website, which is dndselfdefense@gmail.com. If you're also interested. With that said, thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, and be safe.